Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing something a little different today. I've been thinking about doing like sort of an astrological transit update for the week. I'm going to try to film these on the weekend so that way I can give you guys a prediction of what's going to come the following week. So this is going to be a combination of astrology, transits, and tarot as well. So we're going to get into talking about the week of June 26th to July 2nd, so starting next Monday. And we're going to start off with a dice roll here. So just to take a look at what the overall energies could be for the week. This is a collective reading for everybody. So regardless of your sign, if you are seeing this, there'll be a message in it for you. So what is the overall energy, please, for the week of June 26th to July 2nd? Okay, so we have Venus. We have the 10th house. And we have Sagittarius. To me, this looks like you guys are going to be making strides when it comes to your financial sector, the career sector here. So wherever your midheaven is placed, I would take a look at that. There's definitely going to be something that happens either involving your legacy, your career, what you do for work, or there's going to be something happening in the family, in the household. This could be some sort of changes. This could be moving somewhere, going on a vacation, spending more time with loved ones. For some of you guys, this is going to be related to your mother. The 10th house is traditionally the mother. So there could be something with that as well. But I do see that there's going to be something happening in the public area of your life. So let's go ahead and get into the days of the week. So before I talk about the days, I'm going to pull one card for each day of the week, and this is going to be the overall energy that we can expect for that day. Of course, this is just a generalized prediction. Whoa, Devil, 6 of Cups. Someone here is connecting with someone from their past. Definitely picking up a lot of intimate energy here. Someone here could be obsessed with another person. Someone here is definitely trying to get your attention. Scorpio, Capricorn energy. That's weird because that's not even what I'm trying to do this reading for. But yeah, it definitely seems like someone that you have connected to in the past is really trying to like either reach out to you or they're having a very hard time letting go of your energy. You might have to deal with this person this week as well. Okay, so what are the overall energies, please, for Monday, June 26th? All right, thank you. Overall energies for Tuesday, June 27th. Overall energies for Wednesday, June 28th. Thank you. Overall energies for Thursday, the 29th of June. Thursday, the 29th of June. Thank you. And then can we do Friday, the 30th? All right. I guess we're going to keep that one face up. Saturday, the 1st, please. Thank you. And then can we do Sunday the 2nd? Sunday the 2nd, July 2nd. Thank you. Okay. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with my astrology update here. So Monday the 26th, we are going to have the moon in Libra. So the moon enters Libra Sunday night, so tomorrow night. And we're also going to have Mars in Leo forming a square to Uranus. So Mars in Leo square to Uranus. Leo is a fixed sign. Uranus is in Taurus, which is also a fixed sign. But when we sort of mesh the energy of Mars with the energy of Uranus, we can get some unexpected situations coming through that we can't really predict, we can't really be ready for, but this is something that we have to face. So you guys might feel like you have a lot of energy, some sort of unpredictable events might happen on Monday, or even throughout the whole week. Mars square Uranus is going to be a transit that we experience the entire week for the most part. So I do feel like there's going to be something changing in your Leo and Taurus houses. So something that happens unexpectedly, something that shifts for you. Uranus is the energy of like the tower, right? So it's not necessarily good or bad, it just is. So whatever this situation that happens here, it's definitely going to push you to something new, to something that you need. It's like something that needs to happen. It's something that's inevitable, something that can't really be changed. So some of us might also feel very conflicted, very erratic. We might feel like we're very impulsive. I would definitely watch out for being too impulsive, taking like too much energy and putting it where you're not supposed to put it as well. So just be careful of that. We also have Mercury entering Cancer on Monday. So Mercury is the planet of communication, travel, short distance travel, children, neighbors. So I do feel that with Mercury entering Cancer, this is going to be a time of setting a scene for the next few weeks of having heightened emotional intelligence and cooperation with others. So this is going to be a period of time in which we are sort of connected to our emotions a little bit better, connected to our intuition. It's going to be a lot easier for us to relate to those around us. We might spend more time with the family. Cancer is traditionally the family. We might spend more time with children this week, or even on Monday, there could be something very important that comes up with children, family, friends, relationships, something that you really care about is going to present itself. So if we take a look at Monday's tarot prediction, we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, so very much Cancerian energy. There could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in your life that is very significant here on Monday. This could be your energy going to nurture someone else around you, or you feeling taken care of by someone that you love. For some of you, this is a mother figure, or maybe you are the mother figure. So moving on to Tuesday, the 27th, we have the Moon in Libra forming a sextile to the Venus and Mars conjunction in Leo. And if my voice sounds funny, it's because I'm looking at my laptop because I have everything kind of typed up here. So the Libra moon is going to sextile the Venus-Mars conjunction. So this is going to bring us some refreshing and fun energy. Our friendships and love lives will probably feel very balanced, very passionate. Our confidence is going to feel very strong, very high. You might feel drawn to beginning something artistic or creative. This energy is also really good for taking care of yourself, maybe some beauty routines, beauty rituals, health rituals, something to help you get back on track to yourself, to fill your own cup. And this is kind of an energy of, it's like finding a balance between what you give to others, Libra, relationship with the moon in Libra, versus what you give to yourself, Venus and Leo. Venus and Leo is very much self-focused. They're very selfless, but they also know how to take care of themselves. So I do feel like Tuesday could be a day where you feel very balanced within yourself. You feel like you're in a good headspace, and you are able to find a balance between spending time with loved ones and spending time with yourself. So for Tuesday's energy, we have the High Priestess. Yeah. Feeling very connected to your intuition. It's like you guys are, you know what to do. Like, you know what you're going to expect on Tuesday. You know how much you're going to give, how much you're not going to give. You're going to feel very easygoing. Some of you guys might also feel very, like, to yourself, very private. The High Priestess is someone who is very quiet for the most part. So this might be a day that you spend on your own for some of you. So moving on to Wednesday. So Wednesday, June 28th, we have the moon entering Scorpio at 3:55 a.m. And the moon is going to square, there's going to be a couple things going on Wednesday. So the moon will square Pluto, which is currently retrograde back in Capricorn. The moon is also going to trine Mercury in Cancer. It's going to trine Saturn in Pisces. So we're actually going to have a grand trine, a grand water trine. And then the moon is also going to be opposing Jupiter in Taurus. So with all of this happening, we might feel very introspective. We might feel very intense. We might feel very focused. Some of us might feel very moody with the moon square Pluto. This can kind of trigger our emotions, our subconscious things to come to the surface to deal with. So some of us, if we're extra sensitive to the energy of Pluto, you might feel that. If you are very Plutonian yourself, or if you have a lot of Scorpio placements, you honestly might not notice any difference because this is what you deal with on a day-to-day basis. But for some of you, you will. And then going to that grand water trine, this is going to bring some very important information, fated conversations that might happen as well. So with the moon being in Scorpio, it's going to surpass or conjunct the south node right away, because the south node is, I believe, like 2 degrees, 1 degree of Scorpio. So the south node is all about our karmic debts. It's about past things that we owe. It's about lessons that we have learned, or what we're moving away from. So with the moon being conjunct the south node, being trine to Mercury and Saturn, Saturn is going to add this element of fate or this element of karma or justice to the day. So there could be something very important that happens on Wednesday. And let's see, what did I not touch on? So the moon opposing Jupiter. So the moon being in Scorpio opposing Jupiter in Taurus. This might make us feel a little on edge. This might also make us feel like we're like we have to tend to a lot. We're very busy. You might feel a little bit overwhelmed. So I would be mindful of spending too much time with others or spending too much time on social media, because you can easily overstimulate yourself with this energy. Jupiter expands anything that it touches, and with the moon already being in Scorpio, which is a very intense energy to deal with, you might want to limit your screen exposure or your social media exposure for the day. And with the energy of Jupiter and Taurus and Scorpio, this is the axis of finances, acquiring finances. So there might be an element here where you are focused on your security, where something about money comes through as well. So for the energies of Wednesday, we have the Knight of Wands. So the first thing I heard was frisky. So honestly, yeah, I forgot to mention that energy is definitely an energy where you might feel more passionate, more sexually aroused. You might feel like you have more physical energy. So this is going to be a great day to work out, to start like a new artistic venture. I think I mentioned that as well. So anything where you can put your energy into something that is positive, something that is going to help you kind of release that energy that you're holding, because I do feel like some of us might be feeling like our buttons are pushed a little bit, or like we have just a lot of energy. We need to kind of get rid of that extra steam. So anything where you can release that energy is going to be very good for you. There might also be this energy of you guys being in many different places at once, being very busy as well. Excuse me. Okay, so yeah, whatever it is on Wednesday, you're going to definitely be taking action towards something. You're going to be very involved in something. This is not going to be a day where you're kind of sitting back doing nothing. You're going to be out and about. So while the first 2 days of the week might feel very soft, very nurturing, kind of slower, by Wednesday, I do see that things are going to pick up. So moving on to Thursday, June 29th, we have the moon in Scorpio squaring Venus and Mars in Leo. And then we have the moon opposing Uranus and Taurus. So this might definitely feel like a day where shit hits the fan, or where things kind of fall out of place and you kind of have no control over things. The energy of Uranus, once again, it brings chaos, it brings disruption, it brings change. And once again, it's not always a bad change. It's just things that we can't really expect or control. So maybe the weather's bad, or maybe the car, God forbid, it's like your car breaks down, or you miss the bus, or you're late to lunch, or you're late to work, or you go to Starbucks and there's like 20 cars in front of you. Like that's kind of the energy of Uranus. Things that you have no control over, but you have to get through anyway. So it's almost like you're going to be feeling conflicted between what you want to do, maybe with what others around you are doing. It's going to kind of feel like everyone is a little bit all over the place, a little bit chaotic with this energy. So with this energy as well, with that Scorpio moon opposing Uranus, this can make us feel emotionally intense, emotionally volatile, like we cannot control our emotions. So for some of us, there may be a tendency for arguments, some sort of tension in love, friendship, money. These are all Venus themes, Mars themes. So with Mars and Venus being so close together, Venus catching up to Mars and Leo. Venus is the planet of love, right? It's the feminine planet. Mars is the masculine planet. It's the planet of action. So when both of these energies meet, there could be an abrasive energy, arguments, breakups, feeling very like on edge, very irritable. So pay attention to how you're feeling by the middle of the week, because you guys want to be able to be aware of this, to take control over your emotions. That way you're not projecting at others. So yeah, so I mean, if your emotional impulses are feeling out of control, do your best to stay grounded and base your decisions off of what is best for you. That's tapping into that Leo energy, that Scorpio energy that we're going to be feeling. So don't overextend yourself. Try to avoid drama. Don't engage in energies or with people who make you feel angry. Like, just don't do it. Save it for another day. So for our tarot card here, we have the King of Swords. Yeah, so it's kind of wrapping up everything that I'm saying here. Try to keep your cool. Try not to let things bother you. Try not to get triggered. And of course, we all get triggered. It just depends on how we deal with that energy. So I do see most of you guys feeling very much in control of yourselves on Thursday. You're not going to be lashing out at people. Maybe you might set boundaries. You might stand up for yourself if something comes towards you. But I really don't see you guys causing any trouble. This is going to be a day where you could be a little bit more introspective, a little bit more serious. So moving on to Friday, June 30th, we had the Ace of Cups that was flipped up here. So there could definitely be an energy here of feeling very open-hearted, very passionate, wanting to give attention to many situations. Maybe you're getting a lot of attention. This could be an energy of someone opening up their feelings to you, an energy of love. This could be a new relationship starting. This could be you meeting new people. It's going to feel very fun on Friday. So if we're looking at the astrology of Friday, we have the moon entering Sagittarius at 9:59 a.m. This is Central Time Zone. I live in Chicago, so this is kind of what I use. Mercury in Cancer is going to form a trine to Saturn in Pisces. We're going to have the moon forming a sextile to Pluto, and then Neptune is going to station retrograde at about 4:07 p.m. So with the moon being in Sagittarius, I feel like this brings a much needed mental and emotional reboot, as opposed to the moon being in Scorpio a couple days prior. So moon in Scorpio is very intense, a lot to deal with. And then of course we have the moon surpassing the south node still, since the south node is still in Scorpio. But once the moon enters Sagittarius, this is a new domain. This is much fresher, much more fun, much more carefree. So we might be feeling a lot better, a lot more relieved than we did the previous couple days. And then I really feel like the Mercury trine Saturn, this is going to have us making some really important decisions. So Saturn, once again, it brings foundation. It brings security to anything that it touches. And it brings like a reality check. So with Mercury in Cancer forming that trine, there's definitely going to be some sort of understanding that you have with what steps you need to take to make something work. You might become aware of something long-term that you need to step into versus something that would be more immediately gratifying. So there's definitely going to be an energy here of looking at things over time, looking at things for the long haul. And with Neptune stationing retrograde, this is going to be, so it's going to be retrograde for 5 months. So Neptune is the planet of spirituality. It is the planet of illusion, the dream world. It's the planet that rules over water. It's the planet that it softens. It softens things in the sense that it can make things muddy or foggy, but it can also make things look very mystical, very sweet. Neptune is kind of like the rose-colored lenses of the zodiac. So when Neptune stations retrograde, this is almost like it gets a reality check as well. So whereas when Neptune is direct, we might get a little confused. We might not see things for what they are or who they are. When Neptune stations retrograde, this is going to give us the energy of having heightened intuition, being more aware of what is going on around us, We might also find out some sort of information or secrets in the house that we have Pisces in, because Neptune is in Pisces right now. So keep in mind, this is going to be a longer transit that lasts about 5 months. So definitely pay attention to what happens in your Pisces sector of the zodiac, because you might notice some differences there. You might notice some more clarity, or maybe a new path opening up to you. Something that you did not understand before is definitely going to open up. And sometimes with Neptune energies, if you're very sensitive, if you have a lot of water placements, if you're very intuitive or psychic, you're definitely going to feel this very strongly. So like for myself personally, when we have heavy Neptune transits, I can get a headache. I feel a little irritable, moody, very, very tired. It's kind of hard for me to get along with others or to kind of engage with others too much. So by the time we get to Friday, you guys might be feeling a little run down. Maybe you might have a headache. You might be feeling a little tired. So if you do, just pay attention to that. Make sure that you are pouring into yourself. Going back to the Ace of Cups, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you are doing what you need to do to make sure that you are in a good place. And as I mentioned before, I really feel like for some of you, this could be someone else coming to assist you, or someone else presenting some sort of connection with you. someone that wants to be around you. So yeah, before we get to Saturday, I'm going to take a sip of water here. And let me know if you guys like this type of reading prediction, because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. So yeah, leave me a comment if this resonates for you. If you like this, leave me a like as well. All right, so Saturday, July 1st. We actually have the Mercury Cazimi in Cancer. So a Cazimi is when a planet is within 17 minutes of the sun. So it is a very, very, very close conjunction. And when this happens, whatever planet is underneath the sun's rays kind of gets overshadowed by the sun. So this is why it's called a Cazimi. And being in Cancer, this is going to be very conducive to healing, to emotional awareness, manifesting magic, pouring your heart out. So this can kind of backpack off of that Ace of Cups energy that we're going to be feeling on Friday. You and then the people around you might be feeling the courage to reveal your truest desires, your truest motives, going after something that you never thought you would go after. It's going to be very hard to lie, in a sense. It's going to be very hard to keep what you're truly feeling under wraps. So we also have Mercury forming a sextile to Jupiter. So this can once again make us feel kind of like we have to share what's on our mind. We want to open up. We want to talk to people. We want to connect. We want to learn. It's going to feel very, very good, very fun. And then we also have the moon trine Venus. So moon in Sagittarius is going to trine Venus in Leo. This is going to give us a little bit of a confidence boost. We're going to be feeling very lucky. We're going to be feeling very energetic. We have more willpower. So this is definitely a day to go after something, to not be afraid to say what's on your mind. Let's see, we have the Two of Pentacles. So very interesting. There could be something with money that comes up here. There could be something that comes through about making a decision about something. I do see some of you guys being in this energy of trying to suppress what you really want, but once again, it's going to be very difficult to do that. Not to say that it's impossible, but you're probably going to feel like you're going against the universe. Like you're going to be feeling like, yeah, it's just you're going against the grain. It's going to feel a little difficult. You might feel a little emotional or a little irritable if you do that to yourself. But yeah, I kind of see just this energy of not being so sure about how to go after something. Very, very interesting. It's like, regardless of the energies that are present, it's like you're still not going to be so sure about something. Maybe you feel that with all of this water energy, with all of this Venus energy present, that it's kind of hard to trust the reality of a situation. But honestly, what good is the reality of a situation if we're not happy about it, if we're not invested into it? So that's something to think about. You don't have to push yourself if you don't feel ready, but I do see you guys going over something in your mind, maybe going over money, going over some decision that you have to make. Maybe you guys are very busy. Just depends on the person, depends on the situation. So going to Sunday, July 2nd, last day of the week. We have the Sagittarius moon trine Mars. We have the Sagittarius moon squaring Neptune. And then right after it squares Neptune, the moon is going to be void. So when the moon is void, of course, this means that the moon is not making any major aspects to any other planets during that time. So it's almost like the moon is kind of roaming freely until she gets to the next sign. So whenever this energy is present, we might be feeling a little off kilter, like we don't really have a game plan. We're kind of just going with the flow. I will say that void moons are not necessarily a good time to make major decisions, to start new projects, to sign any contracts, because our emotions and our decisions are likely to change once the moon enters the next sign, because we're kind of like in this liminal space where anything can happen. So that's going to start at 8:33 a.m. only for about 4 hours. The moon will enter Capricorn at 12:20, so around lunchtime. So I mean, if you guys can avoid signing any contracts or making any major decisions for 4 hours, then you'll be good to go. But yeah, so right before the moon enters Capricorn, we have Venus and Leo squaring Uranus. So once again, we get that Uranus energy, and this time it's with the planet of love, relationships, finances. So there might be some sort of unexpected change that happens in your relationships or the way you make money. something with your connections. So be aware of things changing in your relationships or with money throughout this entire week. That does seem to be a major theme that we're going to be facing. So once the moon enters Capricorn, this is going to bring us into more of a practical and serious headspace for the rest of the day. We're going to be feeling quite calm, maybe a little somber, under the weather type of feeling where you're very serious, not really emotional. You're just aware of what's going on around you. It's not a bad energy. It just depends on how you perceive Saturn and how you get along with that energy. So with that day of the week here, we have strength. Yeah, so there definitely seems to be, over the weekend, like some sort of repression of emotions or something that you could be going through that you're trying to face on your own. I do feel that you're going to try to keep positive, because if you are feeling a little under the weather or like a little depressed, a little sad on Sunday with that moon being in Capricorn, you guys are going to be looking at it in a positive light. So this is not something that's going to pull you under or wipe you out. Definitely not. You're going to be feeling like, okay, maybe I feel like this today, but we're going to get through this. There's definitely coming back to an energy of being a little bit more reclusive, introspective. So it kind of starts off that way, Monday, Tuesday, and then as we get to Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's a little bit more open energy, and then we kind of close back up over the weekend. So it's kind of like you might get some sort of news Friday, Saturday, something that happens over the weekend that makes you feel like you have to think about things, or that makes you feel like you have to prepare, or that makes you feel like you have to keep something to yourself. And this could have to do with your relationships or money. So keep that in mind. But yes, so that is the overall energy for the week. I'm going to close this off with an oracle card for you guys for some final advice. Yeah, it's like I feel like someone here is going to get some sort of news, either good or bad or whatever it may be. We don't want to label things as good or bad. They kind of just are. Something's going to happen here, or something is going to present itself to you where you're going to have to think about things. You're going to have to figure out your path here, or what you want to do about something. And yeah, I still feel like for a lot of you, this has to do with like, where do I want to invest my emotional energy? Do I even want to open up in this situation? Do I want to take that chance type of energy? So if any of this happens, do come back, let me know. I'd love to hear feedback. So let's do this. Can we please get some closing advice for the week of June 26th through July 2nd for my collective? Closing advice. Closing advice for the week. Thank you. We have the Toad. Listening and secrecy. Yeah, so like I said, it seems like there is something here that could be presenting itself to you, and we're kind of getting that energy of the High Priestess, the King of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Strength. These are all energies of keeping something to yourself. And then at the back we have the Fox with adaptability, reactivity. So there could be an energy around you that you don't necessarily trust. Maybe you are observing this energy. Maybe you're trying to figure out more about something, and this could be a person or a situation. I still feel like it has to do with like a relationship, a friendship, or some sort of career path here. But I do see you guys being asked to maybe not jump the gun, but pay attention to what's happening. Pay attention to how something makes you feel. Tap into your sixth sense. So try to listen with your intuition instead of kind of just seeing something on the surface, because there's something here about maybe something might look a certain way, but then it actually is a totally different way, or it presents itself in a different way. And then we, again, just the Toad here again. So really pay attention, really listen to your intuition. There could be something that is being kept from you. So this is where I'm going to leave it for you guys. I really hope this was able to resonate with you. I hope you guys like this reading style. Let me know. Don't forget to give me a like. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week. I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Bye.